Hey everyone! Today we're diving into the chain rule, one of the most important concepts in calculus for machine learning. Think of it as the mathematical engine that powers how neural networks learn. Whenever you have a function inside another function, the chain rule lets you break down the derivative step by step. This is absolutely critical for backpropagation, which is how deep learning models adjust their weights during training. Let's visualize how the chain rule actually works. You start with your input x, which goes through an inner function to produce u. Then you goes through an outer function to give you y. To find the derivative dy/dx, you compute the derivative of the outer function, then the derivative of the inner function, and finally multiply them together. This multiplication is the heart of the chain rule, and it's what lets us propagate gradients backward through neural networks. Here's the mathematical formula that makes it all work. If you have y as a function of u, and u as a function of x, then dy/dx equals dy/do times do/dx. You take the derivative of the outer function and multiply it by the derivative of the inner function. The cool thing is this pattern extends to any number of layers, which is exactly what we need for deep neural networks. You just keep multiplying derivatives as you work backward through each layer. Let me show you a concrete example. Say we have y equals 3x plus 2, all squared. First, we identify our layers, the outer function is u squared, and the inner function is 3x plus 2. Next, we find each derivative, the outer gives us 2u, and the inner gives us 3. Finally, we multiply them together to get 6 times the quantity 3x plus 2. If we plug in x equals 1, we get a slope of 30 at that point. So why does this matter so much for machine learning? In neural networks, data flows forward through multiple layers to produce a loss value. To train the network, we need to know how changing each weight affects that loss. The chain rule lets us break this massive calculation into small, layer-by-layer steps, passing gradients backward from the output to the input. This backward propagation of gradients is literally the chain rule applied over and over. Without it, we couldn't train deep neural networks at all. Master the chain rule, and you've mastered the foundation of backpropagation.